So I will try to build this compare tool. First of all, you need to install the modules to be able to use it. But the CTools is part of any major module, so you will have it. The thing that you need to also turn on is page manager and views content panes. This is a special module which is allowing you to integrate the page manager with the views. And now let's start. So first of all, we need to create some kind of a callback. So normally this will be a hook menu implementation in code, but you can do it by yourself. And we can just start to build it. And let's use a path. So this will be my custom callback, which is having a node 1 and node 2 arguments. And yeah, let's continue. I will just say that this node argument will be a node ID, and the second one will be a node ID as well. So now I've decided to use my arguments as a node IDs. So now the page manager will be aware what I'm going to pass. I'm now choosing the way of displaying. I'm going pretty quickly to just show the possibilities. I will not spend too much time on explaining. So we can reuse some of the information based on the data which are coming from the arguments. So this is the page manager. This is our manager for building a custom callbacks. So there are basic information. So you are setting up the endpoint. Then you can check the access criteria. For example, we can say that this should be only applicable to the products. So the first node should be a product, and the second node should be a product as well. And now we already covered the first situation where we've defined the node types, and then we don't need to take care of that on the custom callback check or node access or whatever. Okay, so I've defined the access information. So this part is pretty like a controller, yeah? So you have the root, you have the endpoint, you have some access logic, and now you can start to the argument part is more or less like a model. So you are saying that defining the context data structure of an argument which will come from the arguments. And let's go further. So now I can show the things related to this products. So I've built some of the content types. I have a product content type, product stock, and warehouse. So all of those products, all of those content types are related to each other to be able to show the power and the possibilities of the page manager already out from the box. So I would like to load the node based on the node. So I can do like this, that I would like to load an information about the stock based on the reference from the product. So I have a field stock reference. I'm adding this relationship. This will be for the first node. No warehouse, we have a product stock. Okay. Let's add another product stock. For the second product, for the second node. Okay, let's update and save. And then I could do also another relationship from the stock to the warehouse. But let's check first of all if everything is working. So now I have all of the information in my contexts. So the first node, the first product node is coming from the argument that we set it up in the endpoint. The second as well. Then we have a relationship between the product and between the stock, and for the second node as well. So now I have all of the context that I need to use for my comparer, and I'm going to the content, which is like a view, which is like building a view layer. So I will add the content, and then I will choose a node. And I can say that I would like to show the first node. I can choose even which kind of view mode I will use for this node. Okay, so I have node 1 on the left side. On the right side, I will do the same. Okay, and now we have still some time, so I don't need to do that very quickly. I can add this nice thing from stock. So how to, what was in the stock? Okay, I can do that as well, like a node content, product stock. I will use a full content for it as well. And here I will add it again. So it is a little bit of clicking, but it's a nice clicking. It's more or less like clicking, which is a little bit, you need to think about that, and you need to be aware that there are some possibilities like this in the page manager. Okay, so I've built it up, and now I will try to test it. Here I'm logged in as a user. And it was 205 and 206, I think. Yes. And here you see that I've done the comparer in a couple of minutes. Try to achieve that with code, to compare two nodes, and it's covered, and whatever security issues I need to check, I will just go to the configuration, and I can say, for example, that this variant, this callback will be only visible for users which are having an authenticated user rule. And you can extend that, and you can change that. You can also say that all of the criteria must pass. But here you need to be careful, because all of those criteria are triggered one by one. So the first one, if it's valid, it will not give you an access to the page. Okay, so that was enough of clicking. Time to get back to presentation. And is it enough? No, it's not enough. We still have some time before lunch. And yes, so now you are having a view of possibilities. And believe me, there is a lot of possibilities with the page manager. And I didn't touch panels yet. The only thing which is related to the panels is just the renderer. It's just the way how the page manager is displaying the content that I've created. So you can play with the taxonomy, you can play with nodes, entities. There is a lot of options, but if it's not enough, then the custom plugins are coming to the rescue us. And we can build them very easily, and I will show you in a second that it's not so hard to build a custom plugins, and I will explain later why we should take care about those plugins as a step before Drupal 8. So the first type of plugin is an argument plugin. This argument plugin, it was this percentage node 1. It's defining the argument. Based on this argument, you can load your context plugin. The context plugin, the name for this is pretty not well fit. It's more or less like a model of data, like a data structure, but they are calling it context. And this context plugin is providing data. And there is also access plugin, which is covering an accessibility to that page, to that callback. And this accessibility you can attach to the whole callback, but also to the parts of that callback. So, for example, to one block or to the page variant, because you can create many variants based on parameters. For example, if the node 1 is type of article, then use another kind of comparison page. If the node is another type, use something else. And access plugin is helping us to cover the edge cases when we need to take care of security. There is also relationship plugin. The relationship plugin is similar to the context plugin. What it does, it is fetching another context from the context which is given. So it's like what I've shown. It was like fetching the stock from the reference from product. And we have a content type plugin, which is a very nice one for just showing markup based on context data or just regular markup. And yeah, time for the developer demo. Wow. Okay, I will start with the easiest one and how to implement those plugins in your solutions. So the most important stuff is to just insert special hook implementation, which is telling to CTools plugin module that there are CTools plugins in our solution, in our feature or in our module. And then we are creating the plugins folder, and we can start to write plugins. This is it. There is no magic. Of course, the thing is that you need to precisely keep the naming convention for the plugins, and if you are building the content type plugin, it should be visible in the content types folder. So the basic one, how this plugin looks like, is this one. So what this plugin is doing is just showing the markup, the best Drupal camp in Leuven. Yeah. And how we can build that plugin? We just need to have a small plugin array definition where we are saying that this will be a plugin with a title like that. It will be a single plugin, it will have a category. And here is the most difficult part when it comes to CTools, that those arrays and those information how to build plugins are not very well documented. And that's the only con that you need to fight with, because there is always some kind of a property that you didn't know, that you didn't yet discover, and then at some point it is more and more each day understandable and more powerful. And it's not hard to imagine why this CTools plugin system was a foundation for the Drupal 8 plugin system. So whenever you will try to write those plugins for the CTools in Drupal 7, they will look like in a similar manner in Drupal 8. So you can prepare yourself for this plugin-oriented way of thinking and developing. So here we have one plugin array definition, and then right away we have a callback function which is rendering the stuff. Okay, I will show how this plugin works. So let's build another custom DC, for example. Okay, so now I would like to present this plugin, but because this is a content plugin, I can go directly to the content, and it should be visible in Leuven CTools Plugins, demo, basic, static content. Okay, update and save. And now I can go to my demo site, DC, bam, it's done. So that was pretty easy. If you will try to do that with block module, then you need to write a lot of more hook implementation to be able to display markup. Here, one array definition, one function. That's really, really simple. All of that code that I'm showing is available on GitHub, and it will be available with a link which is in the presentation, and then whenever they will tell me how to store that presentation in the on the website, everyone will be able to access it. Okay, so the next kind of a plugin could be a context plugin. This one is a little bit more complicated. I was prepared for the better resolution. Is it visible? Yeah, I think yes. Okay, so again, this time we are dealing with a plugin who is which is responsible for presenting the data, for fetching the data. So it's like a model plugin. And here again, we are just building an array where we are describing the title, a special properties, which you can always find out in examples of CTools plugins module, because in the CTools module there is a CTools plugin examples part where you can check and you can try to see how it's working. Here we have three callbacks, because one is responsible for creating the context, so this model with data. The other one is responsible for showing what you can use in the page manager, what kind of strings you can use from this in the page manager. And the third one is responsible for transforming those cases into the strings or into the data. Okay, so what this plugin is doing is just loading the user, then it's fetching his name, his user ID, last name, age, and subscription node ID and subscription title. There is a subscription content type which is allowing you to access the premium data. For example, I was searching for simple examples, but it's really hard to find them when you need to create a presentation. Okay, so how to use the context module, context CTools plugin. Once again, I'm going back. So I'm going to the section of context, and I will choose the demo client context, because this is the plugin that I've shown you. Demo clients context. Okay. And finish. Okay, so now I've provided my context. I can update and save. And to show what kind of nice transition between the plugins you can achieve, I will show another plugin, which is also a content plugin, but this one is a little bit more advanced. It's a client view plugin. And here we have again definition, but here we are using special property which is saying, hey, you will not be able to see this plugin until there will be client context available for the page. And then we have additional properties like edit form, like admin information, like render callback. And here is the nice one, because I found that one not so long ago, hook theme. So what it does, it is allowing you to put the hook theme implementation inside the panel. And then you can store the TPL files for this plugin inside the content types or inside the plugin itself. You don't need to go out and use the theming hook implementation to provide the theming function. You can do it in the plugin. Okay, so let's show that plugin in action. Wait, so it will be content, and let's add a content. And at the beginning there was only demo basic static content, because I didn't have a client context. But now I will add my client info plugin, and I can choose the version. The first one I will show a full version of it. But I can, whenever I want, I can add it again, and to see the changes between them. I will add it once again, so it doesn't have this limitation like blocks that you can display only one block on a website. So I will use this time a basic view, and I will update and save. And now I will go back to demo, and here is the full client view, and this is a basic client view. And if you can see the way how it is working, so you can check. The nicest part is that finally you can reach the state when the guys, front-end guys, can just work based on the variables. They don't need to know anything about the Drupal. So whenever you create the plugins for them, they will not be fighting with the Drupal rendering system. You can expose them in a very clean way. This is the version for the basic panel, and another one is a version of a full version for this content plugin. And here you can see the power of this solution, because it is extremely easy to pack these context modules inside the feature, like I've done it, and you can export it to the next project. So you can reuse it because you are not very tied to the presentation layer or to other Drupal specific things. And it will be also easy to port that to Drupal 8. Another interesting plugin, but I don't know if I should show them. I think that the main idea behind the plugins already catch the attention, so you can start to play with it by yourself. I will just say that I've prepared also access. Yeah, that one I could show because this one is a really nice feature. So if you have a situation when you want to put access control on the node level, you don't need to do a node access. You can just turn on the node/node callback, and you can set up some informations like here I have a selection rule. So the premium that this will be applicable only for the nodes type of premium content, and then I have an access plugin which is checking if a user is having a subscription and premium content is having a reference to the subscription. So whenever the user is having a relation with a subscription and the node which is being displayed is having the same relation, then yeah, access granted. If not, it's not granted. So let's check. There was a premium content title. It was 208. Okay. 208. And let's check if I will be able to see that. So I know that I have a subscription too. So I shouldn't be able to reach that node. And I have an access denied. Yeah? But let's check for the node which is having an access, which is having a premium content, which is referencing to the subscription name too. Wait, once again, I forgot the number. It's 211. Then I should have an access. Yes. So you see how easy it is to combine a powerful feature coming from the CTools plugins with the code and export it in a very nice way, very light way, and it's efficient. And here I have additional things. So to speed up, of course there is a cache for that, and there is a dozen solutions for caching CTools and page variants and those callbacks. So the thing is that out from the box it is working faster than a regular blog implementation of displaying data in Drupal core. Also, it is extremely easy to create a new page layouts. So you can prepare a lot of page layouts for your front-end guys based on Bootstrap, based on other front-end frameworks, and you can really speed up the work on the front-end part because they will not need to learn classes which are coming from Drupal. And for that, there is a special module called Fences. And with this Fences module, when you will merge that with the page manager and CTools, you will be able to rid of all of the not needed markup. So you will be able almost to control exactly what kind of markup will be on the front end. And yeah, this is the most important thing, that CTools, why CTools? I've started to be interested in CTools because it starts to be a foundation for a lot of part of Drupal 8 core. So it is really a nice transition from the Drupal 7 to Drupal 8 world to start to use those Drupal 7 CTools plugins and to understand how they are working. And of course, there is a possibility to write plugins for Drupal 7 like in Drupal 8, but there will be a special session for that, so I will not spend time on that. And here I've merged all of the resources that I found out very interesting in the context of plugins, and we have 1 minute for questions. Yeah, total 3 minutes. Yeah. logic about the access plugin by your own. So you are deciding what kind of granularity you need. The best thing about that is whenever you build one access plugin, you can reuse it in every part of it. So you can reuse it on the part which is responsible for rendering the whole custom callback, for the part of a page, or for a page. So it's really powerful. And you can merge them. So for example, first access plugin will check if user is having a premium access. The next one will check how is subscription working, or is valid, or if a date is valid or whatever, and you can change them, and then at the end you can show based on that content. Yes.
Is it possible that the content plugin to be displayed across multiple pages? Because
Yes. You can. I can build the next variant, and I can use this content whenever I want.
yeah, but I mean that not to use on a page that is the path is more general.
Okay, so there is a way of invoking CTools plugins, CTools content plugins from code. So you can do that from code. You can call directly plugin from code if you need.
Do you follow this approach in all your use cases?
So I must admit that I'm not a CTools plugin guy for a long time. It's more or less like half a year, and before that I was a complex display suite guy, but I really, I cannot imagine to work in another way now. And I'm always asking myself on Monday morning why I didn't use the CTools plugins before. Okay, it seems that we went up with this session. I would like to thank you for the organizers, because it was most probably very hard to organize that in a short period. And I would like to thank you all to all of you that you were here. And it was very nice to share with you my experience. Whenever you have some additional questions, just do not hesitate to ask me. And have a nice lunch. Enjoy your lunch, and see you later. Bye.